In the mythology of Frank Herbert's Dune, the members of the all-female pseudo-religious organization of the Bene Gesserit are among the most powerful beings in the known universe. In enduring intense mental and physical conditioning, their acolytes learn to achieve complete mastery over both mind and body. One of the most intriguing abilities a Bene Gesserit can possess is the unlocking of other memory or genetic memory. This ability grants the sisterhood access to a wealth of past knowledge as they aim to control humanity's future. However, their access to ancient information is limited in that they can only peer into their female ancestors' memories. Despite this fundamental aspect of other memory, there are notable exceptions to this as the Dune saga unfolds. In this video, I'd like to discuss other memory and break down whether or not Frank Herbert contradicts himself in his later works where women come to have access to male memories. Spoiler warning if you are unfamiliar with Frank Herbert's Dune series. The Bene Gesserit believe that to control oneself is the key to ruling the universe, and ultimately, everything they do is in service to their agenda to dictate the destiny of humanity. When a fully trained Bene Gesserit undertakes the spice agony ritual, she must demonstrate the utmost control over her mental and emotional state as she ingests a lethal poison. Demonstrating mastery of internal organic chemical control, she must convert the toxic elements of the substance on a molecular level to be non-lethal. Those who are successful and survive this harrowing experience earn the rank of Reverend Mother and unlock within themselves an immense fount of knowledge and insight from their ancestors, providing the sisterhood with an accurate record of history stretching far back into the past, even to when humans were still earthbound, where much of written history had been lost to time. Long ago, when the Bene Gesserit were founded, the sisterhood saw the need for a thread of continuity of human affairs. For the sisterhood, knowing the past is key to charting a course for humanity's future. And yet, though they peer into so many avenues of the past, there is a place where no Reverend Mother can see, an avenue they are terrorized and repelled by, that of their male ancestral memories. This fear is what barricades and prevents any member of the sisterhood from seeing into the memories of their fathers. This fundamental aspect of other memory is central to the Bene Gesserit's centuries-long breeding program, through which they intend to bring forth the Kwisatz Haderach, a man with the abilities of a Reverend Mother, but who would be able to see into the past through both his female and male ancestral lines. A super being under the Bene Gesserit's control who could bridge space and time, past, present, and future. This particular piece of Frank Herbert's lore is foundational to the mythology of Dune. However, as the story continues in the sequel novels, it is revealed that it is possible for women to possess their male ancestral memories, in what some feel is a contradiction to what Herbert had established previously in the saga. The most famous examples being the sister of Paul Atreides, Alia, and his daughter, Ganima. Put simply, Alia and Ganima having full access to their male and female genetic memories is not a contradiction to the lore regarding the Bene Gesserit's other memory, because the circumstances surrounding their attaining genetic memory is vastly different from that of the sisterhood. Alia and Ganima Atreides were both considered preborn. Before their birth, they were fully awakened to consciousness in the womb, with no sense of self intact, and no control over the flood of genetic memories that were prematurely unlocked within them. For Alia, her becoming preborn occurred when her mother, Lady Jessica, participated in the Water of Life ceremony while pregnant, in order to gain a secure position among the Fremen as their next Reverend Mother. Due to the religious engineering efforts of the Bene Gesserit on Arrakis, this ceremony was the same as the sisterhood's spice agony ritual. Lady Jessica ingested a concentrated dose of the spice melange extracted from the liquid exhalation of a sandworm at the moment of its death by drowning. Jessica had to transform the poison to be non-lethal. During this process, with her inward eye, she became aware of a pit of blackness. the place the Bene Gesserit dare not look, the place the sisterhood is reluctant to even mention, the masculine avenues that only the Kwisatz Haderach could see. Refocusing on the task at hand, she converted the toxic elements of the drug on a molecular level, rendering it harmless, after which her female genetic memory was unlocked, and the memories of the Fremen's Reverend Mother were also transferred to her. Meanwhile, her unborn child, Alia, was shocked to consciousness during this process. This ceremony changed both mother and daughter, but there is one fundamental difference in their methods of receiving genetic memory. During the ceremony, Alia had no control whatsoever. She did not choose to undergo this ritual. She had no prior training, no time to establish her own identity and will. Therefore, Alia did not consciously access her other memory and was not able to avoid the pit of blackness that was her male lineage. Instead, Alia's other memory, the knowledge and personalities of her full ancestral line, both male and female, accessed her. The Bene Gesserit have another name for the preborn: abomination. These are beings with vast knowledge, but with no control over the sea of ancestral personalities. They are prone to psychological instability and possession by their ego memories, and as such are viewed with disgust and as a threat to the sisterhood. Any who are suspected of abomination are swiftly executed. In the deep desert of Arrakis, Alia was safe from the Bene Gesserit's reach, but not from the personalities within who were waging a war over her mind and flesh. Eventually, the malignant psyche of Alia's maternal grandfather, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, began to take possession of her. In regards to Ganima, she and her twin brother, Leto II, were awakened in the womb by a different method, but the results were still the same. Their mother Chani, while on a special Fremen fertility diet of melange-rich food, awakened the twins to consciousness as fetuses, and thus were pre-born, prone to the same dangers that their aunt Alia had succumbed to. Ganima, like her aunt, had her full ancestral lineage of personalities, both fathers and mothers, set loose upon her mind. However, the ego personality she contended with most was that of her mother, Chani, who afterward guarded her mind from other malignant memories. A common misconception is that Alia and Ganima Atreides are basically Reverend Mothers, and thus it appears as though the presence of male memories is a contradiction of lore. However, this is an oversimplification of what it means to be pre-born. While it is true that these women have other memory, and thus they possess Bene Gesserit knowledge, being pre-born means they are something entirely different. The pre-born do not have the same fear of their father's memories, as the vessel of their body was already long inhabited by the egos of their ancestors long before they became aware of it. Thus, Alia's access to her ancestral fathers, or more accurately, their access to her, isn't a contradiction, but rather an expansion and an evolution of Frank Herbert's lore surrounding other memory. But I'm curious to know what you think of this concept. Does this explanation of Alia's access to male memories make sense to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. For more information about the chaos of the preborn and how the Atreides twins were able to avoid ancestral possession, I'll leave a link in the description below to another video on that subject. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.